What's up, guys? Destructor here, and today, guys, there's another video on Entrapment Prison 445. I know, I love to milk EDP just like he likes to milk his own fucking titties. Yeehaw! That being said, EDP will not go to jail, in my humble opinion. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think he will, and I have a reason for it. It all starts with this man, this dumb son of a bitch named Jidion, okay? When he did that whole confrontation at the dialysis center, yeah, that was a fucking big waste of time. But he got a cop. Yeah, he's still confronted at a place that's not really meant to, like, do a public arrest or some shit. The police got to go through, like, the warrants and shit at that fucking dialysis center. And not to mention, a lot of people are going to blame, like, Kayla Hoskins and shit like that when it really wasn't her fault at all. She was manipulated by the likes of Jidion and his stupid ass manager, like, hey, let's do videos and content on EDP, and not realizing that it's about an actual teenager who got groomed and shit. So don't blame Kayla Hoskins. If you do, you're a fucking dumb bitch. It's fucking Jidion that deserves all the scrutiny. This motherfucking grifter over here. But I'm not really surprised with Jidion here confronting EDP at a dialysis center wearing a cupcake suit, because this is an informative entrapment when you look at that shit, okay? Example 1, EDP could not get his fucking kidney treatment. Now, to be honest, I'm actually kind of glad he didn't, because fuck EDP, you're a pedophile and all that shit. But at the same time, he does have a case of entrapment and pretty much saying, like, oh, I couldn't get my kidney treatment on that day, which if you're someone who has to get treatment at a dialysis center, get your, like, medical equipment and shit, yeah, you really need that shit. EDP couldn't get that, and that really fucked with him because he has, kidney failure, has kidney problems and shit. Jidion doing this shit really fucked EDP up in that sense. It really fucked the case over because it gives EDP an actual, like, argument and defense, like, well, I couldn't get my treatment. That alone is going to be very much jeopardizing the whole case. Unless, because this case is actually still ongoing, by the way, which is a good thing, but at the same time, you know how the police are. They like to take their time with shit because they need to look through everything, and it's kind of like, well, should we even pull charges on this guy or not, basically? And they're going to look over that shit, and they saw, wait a minute, they're going to use that video, Skeeter, Gene, and Jidion, they're going to use that against, like, pretty much the victims and shit, and it's going to really fuck them up, which can really lead to EDP being a free man, which I think is going to be the culprit of why EDP walks free because of that, because let's just be fucking honest here, the whole justice system is a bloody joke. I mean, for God's sakes, it took these fucking, like, cops, like, how many years to arrest someone like Ian Watkins, for God's sakes, another hardcore pedophile? Like, it should really tell you something about the justice system, because especially if you're someone as famous as EDP with his history, because this isn't the first time this happened to this fat fuck. This is the second time now that a whole sting operation happened, and it was even worse. As bad as the Chet Goldstein shit was, like I said before in my content burial on Jidion, at least we got, like, actual questions being answered. Like, all Chet Goldstein was doing was, like, A, didn't call the cops like an idiot, and B, was making too much inappropriate jokes, even though they were funny and stuff. Gideon's was even worse because fucking A, it was not in, like, a remote area where the cops can arrest you with no problem, because B, again, he was at a dialysis center, fucking public property, and see, if they're already going to look at the history of it, because cops are fucking stupid, of, like, the other times the EP tried to be fucking arrested, and I realized, okay, this is some, like, entrapment garbage, that type of shit. And considering, like, there's actually an actual teenage groom, like, victim here, this is a fucking problem. As well, when it comes to, like, famous people, I don't know what it is, especially, like, with predators. If you're, like, a famous person and you're a predator, you seem to get off easy and shit. In some cases, you don't really get anything happen to you on YouTube and shit. The only reason why EDP got banned off of YouTube is because people made enough noise to where he can get off. People like James Charles are still allowed on YouTube, even though he's a fucking creep and shit like that. That should tell you something. And again, with Ian Watkins there, he only got arrested because of all the drug smuggling he was doing, not for the actual, like, disgusting shit he was doing. And he's worse than EDP. So I should tell you something. Famous people, I don't know what it is, they just get off a lot easier, which is fucking stupid. And when you gotta look at, like, the online cases themselves, well, when it comes to, like, catching online predators and shit, well, they're not really taking it seriously. Even if you're trying to do a good thing with, like, catching predators and shit and trying to get them arrested, unless you, like, show all the evidence and do all the right procedures, which most of these guys don't, but still, even if you do that, there's a very good chance they're not gonna fucking use it because it's on the internet, basically, and they can't use stuff that is already public and stuff. It's fucking stupid, because the justice system is a joke. Like, when you have actual proof of someone being a predator, you should just arrest them, even if it's like already been on the internet. It's called spreading awareness, but I guess the cops don't really give a shit, so I should fucking tell you. That being said, all the shit I've said throughout this video, I hope I am wrong, because, like I said before, this case is actually still ongoing, and there's a very good chance that EDP445 can go to jail. And I hope he does, because I want this video to age like milk. This is one of the rare times where I actually want this to be where I am completely wrong. But honestly, I don't think I'm going to be wrong. And if I am wrong, then just comment like, Destructor was wrong, LOL, something like that. But let's just be honest here, that's not gonna fucking happen, because, well, fuck you, that's why. But anyway, hope you'll enjoy this video. Take care, and of course, God bless you all.